Alright, let's cover some BTS updates. In this video, we're gonna talk about Taehyung V's return to Korea from France and what happened at the Incheon International Airport. It was hilarious and bittersweet at the same time. And then we're gonna talk about Taehyung's replies to Weverse comments written by the fans. And then we're gonna talk about JHope's Weverse post and this photo that he shared, and also Jimin's post and Jin's reply. Okay? Did I include Jin's reply here? Oh yeah, I did. And then at the end, we're gonna talk about Instagram updates. Something that RM shared on his Instagram story. Okay, this photo and a song recommendation. And then yeah, there we go. All right, so let's start here. This was hilarious. After wrapping up his fashion show schedule in France, which I have covered on my channel, V returned to Korea on October 7th, 2025. Now, at Incheon International Airport, there were a lot of fans showed up. But Taehyung greeted fans warmly, and he praised them, like you see in this video, with a thumbs up, saying, "Chuseok good," meaning good job keeping order. Good job keeping order with a thumbs up. But then, right here. Oh man. Now, he suddenly saw fans rushing in from the back. Right here. It was this exact moment. Then he scratched his head like that. 그쵸. And then said, good 취소. Meaning, cancel, good job. Cancel, good job. So basically him taking back what he just said. Good job keeping order. The compliment. And then he added playfully, 더 노력해야겠다. I guess we still have to try harder. So that moment at the airport was such a, perfect mix of funny and bittersweet. Because he started off genuinely proud. You know what I'm saying? Like complimenting fans for staying orderly. With his adorable "cheers so good job keeping order," and giving a big, bright thumbs up. You could tell he was truly happy to see them behaving well after the airport chaos in the past. And I think I've talked about this a few months ago when he openly expressed his wish to see the Purple Ribbon project happening again, especially at the airport. Although at the same time, I also talked about why the Purple Ribbon project was gotten rid of altogether because of various issues. Now, but the second he noticed fans surging forward from behind, his quick good 취소, cancel, good job, cancel saying good job, that cracked me up. Like the timing and the unintentional humor and like the way he scratched his head, like feeling awkward, that was just funny. At the same time, when he added 더 노력해야겠다, meaning guess we still have to try harder, it hit differently. It wasn't scolding, to be exact. I think it was more like a sigh from someone who cares deeply about safety and manners, but knows how hard it is to control excitement. And it's that exact bittersweet tension that the fandom keeps grappling with. The desire to show support without crossing the line. And, the people who understand boundaries already respect them. And I know a lot of people who watch my videos and write comments under my videos, belong to that category. But the ones who do not won't. You know what I'm saying? And I keep saying that. I believe that the overwhelming majority of ARMY are respectful, thoughtful, and genuinely protective of BTS. They're the ones, organizing like donation projects, like making art, archiving history, and spreading positivity online and offline. Those fans get it. And they understand that love doesn't have to mean proximity, that you can support someone without invading their space or privacy. But then, I also know that there's that small minority, the ones who disregard all that effort. They're the ones who show up, at events after every warning, leaking flight info, stalk like hotel staff, or chase cars just for a blurry photo. And it's not about love for them. It's about ownership and attention. Although maybe I shouldn't generalize here. But some people treat BTS like collectibles instead of human beings. And because of their visibility, they distort the image of the entire fandom for some people. What's frustrating is that these are the same people who don't care about community reminders, official notices, or even the members' own words. And they're driven by ego, not admiration, by the idea of being first, closest, noticed. And when that's your goal, empathy disappears, I think. So when Taehyung joked, "good 취소," cancel good job, or cancel the fact that I just said good job at the airport, it wasn't aimed at the whole crowd. You know what I'm saying? It was that small subset who just can't follow basic boundaries. And I don't know, who knows? Maybe the people who chased him from the behind, they're not armies. They're just civilians or just random people who are excited about seeing the superstar that Taehyung is. And the irony is that the respectful fans, the ones who listened, are the ones who still end up feeling guilty or frustrated because they care the most. Meanwhile, the few causing chaos are the least likely to reflect. And I think that's the bittersweet part or painful part. This tiny fraction can undo like months or years of trust and make every fan look bad in public. In some cases, some might say it's unfair, but it's also why keeping the culture of respect alive within the fandom is so important. Because even if the minority doesn't change, the majority's behavior still defines the tone. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened at Incheon Airport on October 7th, 2005. And I just gotta say, it was pretty hilarious the way Taehyung acted and said things. good 취소. Anyways, next up, on October 7th, Taehyung wrote some replies to fan comments. This fan wrote, 태영아, 파리에서도 달렸어? 지금 좀 쉬어야 할 것 같아. Meaning, 태영, did you go running in Paris too? You should get some rest now. And rewrote, 네, 잔혹하게 칭찬 부탁드립니다. Yes, please praise me mercilessly. Like about how hard he's been working, I'm assuming. This fan wrote, 태영이는 에너지가 정말 대단해. 태영, your energy is really amazing. So complimenting. And then V wrote, 더 바랍니다. 칭찬. I want more praise. 칭찬 means praise or compliment. And this fan wrote, 태영아, 이제 자러 갈게. 잘 자. 태영, I'm going to bed. Good night. It's what some fans write, right? But 태영 wrote, 아니 칭찬 해주실? 잘 자요. Meaning, no, praise, please. Good night. Meaning, he desires compliments and praises from his fans. Acknowledgement. This fan wrote, 태영이 형, 정말 멋져 보이네요. 태형, you look so cool. And V wrote, 더 바라겠습니다. I'll be expecting more. Meaning, I'll be expecting more praise. And then when this particular fan wrote that he made a reply, they wrote a long compliment. Like, what? This can't be real. 김태형, until the day Earth prospers. Prospers? I'll worship you. You deserve all the love in the world. One lovely word is enough to praise your personality and style, but if possible, I'll pour out all the words filled with admiration, affection, and passion. I miss your everyday presence. I'm captivated by your beauty, your physique, and your character. I have admired you for 5 years. May God bless the TikTok that first showed me your face. You're truly like an angel to me. Every outfit you wore at the Celine show was incredible. I'm always inspired by your fit. I especially love the blazer with the black turtleneck. You look so stunning. I'll keep trying to become a better person. Kim Taehyung, thank you for recognizing my existence and for simply existing. I'm pretty sure this letter perhaps satisfied Taehyung as a compliment that he had desired. Anyways, I think based on the tone and the word choice, this person used like a translation tool to translate into Korean. Anyways, that was a brief interaction. And this fan wrote, 태영이 일하느라 고생이 많으십니다. 아무쪼록 건강에 유의하시기 바랍니다. This cracks me up because this sounds very formal in Korean. You know what I'm saying? As if you're saying this to your superior or your subordinate at work. Anyways, it means 태영, thank you for your hard work. Please take care of your health. And then Taehyung wrote back, 아이 별거 아닙니다. 감사합니다. It's nothing. Thank you. So that was the last reply that he wrote when he felt that desire to receive recognition and compliments and praises from fans. I think he just now wrote another Weverse post wishing everybody happy Chuseok. And speaking of happy Chuseok, let's talk about this. HYBE wrote on October 6th. So he shared his photo. He kind of looks tired. I don't know why. Anyways, this photo and this photo and this photo of delicious Korean food and some fruits. 즐거운 추석 호석 되세요. Meaning, happy, have a happy 추석 호석. Okay. Now, 추석 is a major Korean holiday. 추석. Basically, Koreans' Thanksgiving. When families gather to share food. Well, I mean, there's some tradition behind it. Like some families still gather to like worship ancestors. But yeah, it's a major holiday in Korea. And that's why also JHope wrote 즐거운 추석 되세요. So we usually say 즐거운 추석 되세요. But in this case, he added have a happy 추석 호석. Okay? First of all, before we discuss why he added 호석, if we were to analyze the photo that he shared, what we see is like grilled fish at the top, like likely like croaker 조기, which is commonly used in ancestral rites because it symbolizes prosperity and abundance, and is placed whole with the head, still attached. And there's also chon, several types of pan-fried foods like egg-coated slices of meat, fish, or vegetables. So they represent sincerity and effort since each piece is individually prepared. So it's lots of work to prepare this. And I think the Weverse post that V just posted, there were a bunch of pictures of chon attached, included. And then there's also 나물, which is different seasoned vegetables, such as like spinach. I think that's what it is, the green one right here. Or fernbreak. Fernbreak, you know what fernbreak is? Fernbreak. 고사리. Yeah, 고사리. And then shredded radish. I think that's what it is. So these represent like nature's bounty and balance the heavier fried dishes. And then there are fruits like apples, pears, grapes that I see, and parmesans or tangerines, I think. And then there are also desserts like 떡, likely 송편 at the top, like half moon-shaped rice cakes filled with sweet fillings like sesame or red beans, traditionally made and shared during Chuseok, and they symbolize hopes for a bright future. And do I also see like yakwa or similar traditional sweets maybe visible near the 떡 right here? And these symbolize like joy and festivity. Okay. Oh, sorry. Why is this like? Okay, right here. So that's what it is. I think there was also like soup. Oh, 식혜. That's what it is. 식혜 is a sweet rice drink at like the center. You see it right here. It's often served as a ceremonial beverage. It's a sweet rice drink. Okay? And then here, Jin, BTS Jin, 석진 wrote, 우리 모두 질추, happy 추석 to all of us. 질추 is an abbreviation for 즐거운 추석. have a joyful or a happy 추석, 질주. Okay? Now, the reason why JHope wrote 즐거운 추석 호석 되세요 is probably from this one. So back in 2019, September 13th, Jin wrote 여러분 메리 추석. Okay? Happy 추석 to everyone. At the time, one foreign army, probably a foreign army, wrote, what is 추석? 호석's brother? That was hilarious because to international fans who don't speak Korean, the word 추석 can sound like a person's name, especially because it ends with 석, like JHope, 정호석. So when Jin posted 메리 추석 back in 2019, a foreign fan who didn't know what 추석 was supposed to be thought it might be referring to, I don't know, a person's name, or maybe Hosek's brother, like Mary Hosek's brother or something. So I think that's what it originated from. Okay? All right, so we covered J-Hope's post. And BTS Jimin also shared a brief post with his photo. Blonde Jimin. 추석 잘 보내고 계신가요? 만난 거 많이 먹고 가족들이랑 행복한 시간 되시기 바랍니다. With 2 exclamation points. Meaning, are you all having a good 추석? I hope you eat lots of delicious food and have a wonderful time with your families. And Jin wrote, 신인 배우야? Are you a rookie actor? Probably referring to Jimin's beauty. You know, he looks, flawless with his blonde hair and stuff. So Jin wrote, 신인 배우야? Are you a rookie actor? So I love that adorable interaction. All right. I'm glad that these members are doing well. Each one of them having a great time, probably with their friends or families, with their families likely, and their friends. I wonder RM and Jimin met up because that's what RM talked about, right? They might be meeting up during the Chuseok holidays. But at the same time, it's kind of a bit of a bummer that we haven't seen Happy Chuseok message videos from BTS because that's what they have always done in the past. And I'm pretty sure some fans expected that, right? Because they have finally become the 완전체, full group, since everybody finished their mandatory services. But, oh well, we all know how busy each member has been. So it makes sense if fans do not get anything from them for this year in terms of Chuseok message. All right. Now, last but not least, let's talk about RM. So, on October 5th, 2025, at around 2 p.m., RM shared this photo. And this is from this exhibition that he probably attended. 전국광, a friend who piles up, a friend who breaks down. That's the exhibition name, title. Exhibition period lasts from September 24th to February 22nd next year. Venue, Seoul Museum Art, Namseol branch, second floor gallery and garden. And this is a photo of sculptor Jeonguk Kwang's artist note. And it is titled A Friend Who Piles Up, which is the same title as the title of the whole exhibition. 쌓는 친구, 허무는 친구. Well, the exhibition title is A Friend Who Piles Up, A Friend Who Breaks Down. Now, let me briefly translate what this is supposed to mean. So the fact that RM shared this on his Instagram probably means that he was inspired or impressed by the writing, right? Or what it means. And it's not easy to interpret, even if you're a native Korean, but let me translate it regardless, okay? A friend who piles up. I don't want to deny that I am stacking and building. It's something I cannot reject. A reflex born from the faintest sense of beauty I hold, or perhaps an unconscious impulse to restrain myself so that my desires don't distort the form I create. The act of stacking or being stacked upon makes the clay body bend or expand on its own, forming its own shape. As I watch this becoming, I realize it's my turn to recite the incantation. Let it reveal itself as it is, without lies. 바라는 바 다만 거짓 없이 있는 대로 드러나도록 해주사이다. Anyway, this is how I build, and this is how I look. But now I must say that sincerity alone isn't the only inevitable way. To be more precise, I haven't yet found another method beyond this one. Even though I've devoted myself to it completely, perhaps too much, I still don't know whether it is truly without falsehood. And then there's some like truncation, like I came to realize, and then another truncation, and then like writing to search for a way other than stacking, and then another truncation, and it says something like perhaps that very wish belongs both to the one who desires and the one who bestows. So, yeah, that is an artist note written by the sculptor Jung Kuk-kwang, which is what this whole exhibition is about. So super interesting that RM shared this photo, and when it used that word 정확히 말하면, precise, to be more precise, I haven't yet found another method beyond this one that reminded me of the book RM shared recently after he got discharged from the military, Precise Love, right? So that was what RM shared, and this is the exhibition that he likely attended recently. And then on October 5th, same day, at around 6 p.m., 6:40 p.m., he shared a song titled 시간, Time, by an artist named 백현진 on his Instagram story. Now, this song is from 백현진's 2025 album titled 서울식 낮사이드, meaning Seoul style, dayside, and it was released in June of this year. And here's the lyrics, which I have translated for you. A sudden piece of heavy news, the things you and I go through. Someone leaves, someone dies, and memories keep circling in vain. On a day when the sunlight feels good, I sit where the light falls and try to stop remembering to live this moment, thinking of nothing if I can. Dark, white, yellow, blue, time that is faint, vivid, flickering. Down an alleyway for quite a while, I sit on a broken staircase and think of a pheasant I saw in the mountains a few days ago. I quietly watched the pheasant. So pheasant is this bird. Okay. Oh. I guess that's the sound or noise it makes. So I quietly watched the pheasant disappear into the grass. And as I face the sunset, I try to live this moment, thinking of nothing if I can. Dark, white, yellow, blue. Time that is faint, vivid, flickering. Time. That time. Time. Okay? So that was the lyrics of the song that RM shared on his Instagram. Now, given what RM said recently in his Weverse Live that happened a couple days ago, I guess his decision to post Baekhyunjin's song, Time, feels kind of connected to the themes that he spoke about that night, that afternoon, like the quiet struggle of simply continuing to live. Because during the live, which I have made a video about, full translation and full reaction, right? I reflected on how life often feels heavy, even when nothing is wrong. You know, he spoke about mild, lingering sadness, that low hum of anxiety and weariness that sits beneath everyday life. Yet he also talked about, the need to keep believing, to find meaning in small, fleeting moments, and to hold on to connection as proof that we are still here. And I think Baekhyunjin's lyrics mirror that sentiment almost perfectly. Like the song all opens with 갑자기 받은 무거운 소식, sudden heavy news, and the sense that memories keep circling without rest, much like RM's description of how life keeps repeating, how each day demands we move forward even when it's difficult. And the verse, like, on sunny days, I sit where the light falls and try not to think of anything. I just live in the moment. It feels like a direct echo of RM's words, you know, and the repeated image of time suggests how unstable, shifting, and fragmented life could feel. And I think it's a portrait of time, not as something linear, but as something we drift through, you know, something blurred, colored by memory and emotion. And in his life, RM admitted that despite his success, he still feels fragile, you know, still anxious, still searching for balance. And I think the song's closing repetition, like time, it could like reflect that contemplation of existence, of being caught between the past and the present, and learning to accept the flow rather than resist it. So, yeah, I felt like, I don't know, when RM shared the song, it was his way of saying, I'm still thinking about all of this. You know, I'm still trying to live one moment at a time. So yeah, it was a 15-minute live stream, and my video ended up being 2 hours. But based on the comments that I saw, it seems like a lot of people were touched, inspired by the live stream, and felt that it was so relatable. So I wanted to share that and make a connection between that one and RM's live stream. I should have like included RM's photo, but anyways. And that wraps up everything. I know it was a bunch of different topics, but what did you think when you saw that airport clip with V? Like, did you laugh the same way I did at 취소, like cancel, good job? Or did it make you think about how hard it is for idols and fans to find that balance? And are you enjoying your Chuseok holidays, even if you're not in Korea, even if you're international fans? Did you get to learn about like Korean tradition and Korean holidays thanks to BTS? And what about RM's post? Oh, and were you expecting BTS to release a Happy Chuseok message video? Were you disappointed when they didn't? Or were you expecting that they wouldn't post it because they've been so busy? And what about RM's post? Do you feel like 시간, the time, the song, captures something that he couldn't quite say out loud? Let me know all your thoughts by writing comments. And as always, let's stay positive, respectful, and classy. Thank you guys. Peace and love. Bye-bye.